out to him. This is the Shift Pitch Whisperer Day, guys. Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
money.
Let's get to the
money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K, the 4 units getting played. Always find the value, I will never be afraid. Scared money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-Prop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the ass screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies. Welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead. I'm still your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show's still sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you haven't already, go on over to Prize Picks, do me a favor, do you a favor, and do us a favor, and use that promo code PUBSports. Why? Your first match deposit up to $100. They got you. Shout out to you guys already waiting in here. Already as many likes as people in here, so I won't even tell you to smash the like. I'm telling y'all who's showing up late to the rewind, smash the motherfucking like. If you in Twitter world, make sure you hit the link. This video will end shortly, so come join the fucking chat, the livest fucking chat out there in the MLB prop market worldwide, because they actually give you shit that wins too. So shout out to the crew. I see you, Jacksonville Zone. First one fucking in here. Sonny Bill, my guy, AOD, and motherfucking J.Row. Fuck the motherfucking bookies, guys, and we got some K-props to talk about. So 6 guys to break down today. I do have 1 dirty K, technically 2 if you can get the juice on him. I couldn't get the juice on him, but I do give out plays to people that do have real books. So if you got a real book, got a play for you. If not, I'm going to have to tell you how I had to bet it, and I know a lot of you have books like mybookie.ag and Bovada, guys. So you know, sometimes we got to play with what we got to play with. So I figured out a way how I can bet a certain person, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. First person up is Josiah Gray versus the Phillies. He's at 7+ at even money. 6+ is at a -162, -140 on a legal book. His fantasy score is at a 24.5. Mr. Number 20 in the black book. He has a 6.7 ERA at home and a 2.45 road ERA. He's averaged 6.7 strikeouts over his last 10, 6.8 over his last 8, and 7.5 over his last 6. And why the fuck are they giving us a 5.5 at a -140, guys? Like that right there, screaming alarm bells to me. There is a 19% chance of rain in this game at the time of first pitch, and that right there is enough to normally just keep me the way the fuck off a game. The alarm bells is number 2, keeping me off of it. Like, this guy has 6+ strikeouts in 8 of his last 9 games, not being the Phillies, where it was pushed back the last time he played the Phillies, or not the last time. The only time he hasn't gotten 6 strikeouts was when he got pushed back due to a delayed start. They didn't pitch him, so he pitched on a 13-day break. And that was the game back. He did not have 6 strikeouts. He still went 6 innings and had 4 strikeouts. But we'll talk about those numbers when we get to it. So 8 of his last 9 games, he has 6+ strikeouts. He's averaging over 6.5 strikeouts his last 10. And you're going to give us a 5.5 -140 to a -160. Like, that to me is screaming alarm bells. Now, should he hit this? Yes. This guy's been doing this in his sleep. But There's enough there, and I've been doing this long enough to know, like, this is not everything's fucking easy in life, guys. And he averages the same strikeouts home or road, 10.5 per 9, and averages the same versus lefties or righties, 10.5 per 9. So strictly by the fucking numbers, he just needs to go 5 innings and he's gonna have 6 strikeouts. Like, why is his shit at 6 strikeouts? Like, that to me is just just ringing in my head, and that's why I haven't bet it yet, guys, because this is a guy that we've made a lot of money on. When they project the lineup, it's 5 righties, 4 lefties, and then when I run their numbers through the black book to today's numbers, he's facing the weakest Philly teams he's faced all year. He faced a team that was smashing the ball June 18th, 279 average with an 870 OPS, and they were walking at a good rate and not striking out. He went 6 innings with 4 strikeouts. Okay. Then he faced them again July 6th, 7.6 walk percentage with a 20% K rate, 255 average, and a 771 OPS, and they were crushing it with the 204 ISO. We were on him in that game. 6 innings, 11 Ks. Now he gets them walking only 5.1%, 22.5 strikeout rate, which has been pretty much the same number he's seen all year versus this team, 255 average, 691 OPS, the lowest OPS by 100, and a 132 ISO, the lowest ISO by 70. So this is all screaming Josiah Gray should smash the living dog shit out of 5.5. And it should have been 6.5. There should never be a 5.5. It should have been juiced at the 6.5. So that to me right there might just keep me down to like I might end up on a quarter unit type play, something very small, guys, because I'm afraid of what's going to happen. But I really don't understand it and don't hate you if you're on it. I've just learned that nothing in life's easy, guys. So shout out to my guy Noli. I see you. Smash the fucking like. What up, Tone? Let's get it. Next guy we got to talk about is a guy that by the numbers says he's going to fucking get it, guys. And we talked about this last night with the Cookie Man. And Cookie Man was on a breeze. If you bet fucking Carlos Carrasco last night, you were humming and singing, yay, yay, we're going to get it easy. And then you got to that fucking 5th inning, and he got yopped and yopped and yopped, and you didn't know if he was coming back out for that 6th inning. And that's a fucking spot that I hate to be in, guys. I just really do. And they did bring him back out, and Carrasco got 6 through 6, but, you know, he still ended up giving up a couple runs. Now, this is going to be the same fucking thing that he's going to run into, so let's talk about it. They have him at 6+ at plus 108. They have him at 5 on Prize Picks, and this 5 is at a minus 134. When I run through his last 10, he's averaging 5.9. Over his last 8, it's 5.6. In his last 6, he's averaging 5.1 strikeouts a game. His fantasy score is 28.5 on Prize Picks. And when I do his math, this is where it can get a little puzzling with him because he is at home versus the Braves here. He's averaging 6 strikeouts per 9 at home compared to 7.7 on the road. And versus lefties, he's striking out 8.4 per 9 compared to just 6.3 right-handed batters per 9. And they are projected to run 6 right-handed and 3 left-handed. Yes, I know this team is very pick-onable with strikeout props right now. I get it. Their strikeout percentage is high. Their low percentage is high. The most basic of basic cappers will give you plays on those numbers. I don't just play the numbers. I play the situations and the spots, guys. So let's get into the situations and the spots. He's played 17 games this year. Only 2 games has he given up more than 3 earned runs. So the guy's been pretty fucking solid. And when I go through the little black book, 3 times in the books, he has seen a team with a 25% strikeout rate, not being on a back-to-back or a 10-day period. In those games, he had 5, 9, and 10 strikeouts. So everything here is telling me that 5 minus 134 is just super easily obtainable in this situation, guys. So I haven't pulled the trigger. Something about it's itching at me, and maybe it's because I'm a pansy and a bitch, and I don't want to be really half unit betting plays. Like if I can't pull the trigger, and everything says pull the trigger here, guys. So don't hate you if you're on Taijuan Walker today. It's just for some reason I'm being a JJ, and yeah, it's just. But I do know a guy who I talk props with, and I was giving out some stuff that I did like, and I was telling him I did like Taijuan Walker, and there's another guy that I like later on that I don't have a bet on, but we're going to talk about. But if you drop down Taijuan Walker to 4 and J.Berrios to 4, you can get yourself a nice little minus 118 2-pick parlay, and that to me seemed really nice. It's just fuck, man. I just but did definitely seem like a good play. But let's talk about it, though. He is going up against a team walking 6.3%, striking out 27.6. Once again, he's hit that number 5, 9, and 10 versus just the 25% number. And now he gets a team at the 27.6. 236 average with the 714 OPS and an ISO of a 186. So when they hit the ball, they are hitting it for doubles and home runs. They are crushing the ball. So can't hate it. We get it. And let's get to it. Shout out to you guys. Hit the share. Hit the like. 22 likes. Let's get to it, though. We got the picture that I've got a Dirty K prop on today to talk about. Dylan motherfucking Cease. 9+ at -102. And I bet him at 8 at -141. 8 is on Prize Picks. So to win on Prize Picks, you need 9+. To get the 9+, it's at -102. I bet Dylan Cease 8+ strikeouts for a Dirty K today at -141 this morning. And his fantasy scores at 42.5 on Prize Picks. He's averaged 8 over his last 10, 8 over his last 8, and 6.5 over his last 6. Ugh, right? No, not ugh. The guy's a fucking animal. He's doing something that hasn't been done since 1968, since Gibson, since not the guy pitching the day, guys, the one they had to drop the mound down for. So this guy's now gone, I believe, 13 straight games with only allowing 3 earned runs, like combined. This guy's been a man-child, guys. So, woo! Home, he averages 13 strikeouts per 9. On the road, it's 11.5. He is on the road here. And versus lefties, he strikes out 11.5 per 9 compared to 13.5 righties per 9. And they are projected 5 lefties and 4 righties. So everything so far says, oh, man, why are you running into these guys, Sharpie? Like, it doesn't sound good. Well, let me tell you about Dylan Cease. He's number fucking 1 in the black book. He's number 1 for a reason, guys. And he's not number 1 because he's not Juan. He's done Juan us a lot of money. So, Dylan Cease, let's talk about it, guys. So, nothing says play this man by the numbers. Nothing. But, once again, I preach this shit on the show. Numbers are like lawyers, guys. Don't necessarily tell you the truth. And it's our job to figure it out. And what am I telling you here is they struggle versus the slider. Dylan Cease throws the slider 42% of the time, more than his fucking fastball. Dylan Cease should have a beautiful day today, guys. At the end of the day, it's something that I've learned while watching this team, and I will pick on them when I get a guy whose dominant strikeout pitch is the slider. I will run that up versus Texas every fucking day right now until they prove me otherwise. So even though they are walking 7%, not good, not really striking out at a 22.8 league average, they are hitting the ball 265 with a 775 OPS and an ISO of a 166. I expect a big game from Dylan Cease and that 265 average, guys. That to me is just, you get those punchies when you got people on base. You don't want them to score that. So he's always a punchy guy, but he should be racking them up today, guys. So give me Dylan Cease for a full unit play, please, and motherfucking thank you. And then let's get into the other guy that I haven't bet, but everything says go, 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 go. And I'm not talking about Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget, go! All right, yeah. I'm smoked out. That may have been the Sherm. It may have been the weed. Maybe I know. But Jose Berrios, the one pitcher, not in the black book. And I'll tell you fucking why when we get through some math. But this guy's usually strictly dominant of how the fuck are you going to put out your lineup. So his last 10, he's averaging 5.7. His last 8, 5.5 strikeouts. And his last 6, 7 strikeouts per game. 6 pluses at -108. His 5 pluses at a -154. Fantasy score on Price is at a 32.5. And when I run through his strikeouts, home, road, left, right, when I do the math on him, and he is on the road here, he averages 9.8 strikeouts per 9 at home compared to 6.5 on the road. And he strikes out a measly 7.6 lefties per 9 compared to a 9.3 righties per 9. And they are projecting more righties than lefties, which is always a good thing for Berrios. Definitely need to see the lineup before I pull the trigger. Then when you look at these numbers, they're not really striking out if you look at it by the numbers, guys. It's 7.8 walk percentage, 22.7 strikeout percentage, 242 average with a 691 OPS, in an ISO of 137. Well, he played this team back on June 4th, and all these numbers were better. And this man went 7 innings with 13 strikeouts. Now, holy motherfuck God, it's probably the game of his life, right? Well, hold up, swole up. Let's go back through it. This guy did play for this team. Mind you, he was drafted and played and traded, or he got signed by the Blue Jays. But at the end of the day, this is where he grew up. He's played this team now 3 games, going 6+ innings every fucking game with 6, 10, and 13 strikeouts. He pitches well versus these Twins. He pitches well in this building. So everything's telling me 5+ minus 150 or 6+ minus 108 should be a play today. I haven't pulled the trigger because this was the projected lineups, and he is usually a pretty much predominant type guy that I need a lineup for, even though he's proved in his past history that he puts his nuts on the table in this situation. So definitely I take in multiple parts into my capping my K prop, and that is definitely a part how you do versus a team in the last 2 years. And everything says 5+ is fucking a peon, and 6+ is where you should have put it. But you have to put it at that 6+ minus 108 because this man's strikeouts over the last 10, 8, and 6. You could have probably got it if you put it at 6.5. They would have got too much under money, in my opinion, though. But a lot of people are recency bias in this gambling world, and will look at his last 6 and see he has 7 strikeouts, guys. But usually by the numbers, this man needs to go 7 innings to have 7 strikeouts because there's usually more lefties in the lineup than righties. That's what happens in baseball when you have a right-handed pitcher. Today they're projecting us one more righty. If I can get 2 more righty, if I can get a 6 and 3, it'll be a fucking slam dunk. There you go. Slam dunk. Even 5 righties, 4 lefties, he should get it, but I'm looking for dunks right now, guys, after getting kicked in the morning in the balls and having to bounce back with some Quintana and losing on some half-unit. Fuck me. Yesterday, guys, was not the day to write home about. Well, guess what? Today's a new day. Life's a bitch and you marry one. And I ain't getting married, so I'll just deal with my bitchy-ass life and keep talking about pitchers. So let's talk about the next guy in this game. T.Mahle versus the Blue Jays. I didn't know he got traded until today when I seen he was pitching. I was like, what the fuck? Mahle! Oh, man, all right. Well, let's look at him. This is the number 26 in the black book. So got to look at guys who strike people out. So let's look into it. 6+ is at plus 112. His 5+ is at a minus 189, and his fantasy scores at a 24.5. Last 6, he's averaging 6.5 over the last 8, 7 over the last 10, 7 strikeouts per game. When I do the math, and I did the math strictly because I wanted to know how he pitched on the road. Yes, I just told you he got traded. I get it. But I wanted to see, okay, was there a difference? Am I going to – because I know there's going to be a difference in his ERA because Cincinnati's fucking trash pitching in Cincinnati in that little-ass ballpark. I get that. That's fine. But we're here to talk about props. So I had to dig into it and be like, okay, well, he averaged 9.7 at home and 10.1 on the road. So he did average almost a half strikeout more per on the road. We've got to consider this a road start for him until we start getting some numbers on that. So we don't got to worry like a drastic drop-off like Berrios has a drastic drop-off home from road. That's a 3 strikeout drop-off. That's enough to be like, now you've got to dig into it and try to find more reasonings. You got to have your yeses and nos. At the end of the day, there's going to be shit that favors your prop and goes against it. I can find you something that favors every prop, guys. It's now, dude, be a little better than that. Go back and forth and find the stuff that actually, like, okay, what means something. But this is shit I've learned through losing money, guys. At the end of the day, I don't like losing money. And yeah, so this is shit you should learn. Like, okay, you got to keep track, got to follow yourself, got to set, like I say, rules, guys. I make rules for games, and going into the game, I usually have a rule for it, and I know usually why I lost, and I'll stay away from that rule, or I've got to figure out why. The wins are cool. The losses hurt me more than the wins, guys, and I'm winning over 65% this year, but the losses hurt me more than my wins. The wins are good for about 2 minutes, and I'm over it. It's cool. It's a nice little rush. Yeah, I expect to fucking win. The losses, those fucking hurt me like a motherfucker. I've got to dig into it, dude. They don't ruin my fucking day at the end of the day, guys. So, yeah, I don't just fucking give out picks. I bet picks, and I expect to fucking win. So let's talk about T.Mahle, where everything to me strikes out. 9.8 lefties per 9, 10.1 righties per 9, and you're going to give me all right-handed bats projected? Holy fuck, Lord. So, I don't know why, guys, but let's get into it. Everything makes me want to just run my head into a wall versus Toronto with Mahle. And we were on Mahle last week versus the Baltimore Orioles. And he got us a nice 7 strikeouts, and we only needed 6. That was too easy, guys. So, this, though, nothing's fucking easy going up against the Blue Jays. But shout out to my man Noli Knows. We got into our nice heated debate this morning because I track stuff by a certain amount of time. He tracked stuff by a certain amount of time. And we were screaming and yelling at who was right and who was better. But at the end of the day, I track shit by 2 weeks. And if you look at the Toronto Blue Jays numbers by 2 weeks, it's fucking phenomenal. 293 average, 804 OPS. Now, ISO not so good, 152. So that tells me they're hitting a bunch of fucking singles with that 293 average. So, what they do. 9.2 walk percentage, 20.2 strikeout percentage, both fucking great. And when I dig through the black book going through him, it's because it's hard to find advantages to run up versus these Blue Jays with Mahle. I couldn't find nothing to run these numbers up. But before I get to that, their last 7 days is garbage. They haven't been hitting. They've been trashed. So Noli goes by 7. I go by 14, 15. It works for what we do, but we will argue with each other why it's right. It doesn't really matter. It's only right if it works for you guys, because at the end of the day, we ain't paying when you lose. So it's just got to be right for you. So this works for me. That works for him. And I can get multiple things can work for different people. So, yeah, let's get to it, though, guys. So, like I said, I want to run fucking Mahle here. I think the Jays are getting too overvalued here. He has 6+ strikeouts in 7 of his last 8 games, not being the one going to the IL or coming off the IL. Those are games we can't predict the game where he went to the IL, but we sure as fuck know to stay off a guy coming off the IL, right? Especially when that team was the St. Louis Cardinals, right? So, I mean, that was a double whammy, guys. Like, that should have been an under spotted by bet unders, and he still missed it by the hook. This right here, there's just nothing in the numbers says play it other than what I expect him to do what he does per inning, guys. And this guy averages a strikeout plus per inning, lefty on righty, and you're going to project all righties. So just by the numbers, he needs 5 innings to hit 6 strikeouts. And now can you project him to go 6 innings? Well, yeah, they're not really hitting that much for fucking power. And this bullpen of the Minnesota Twins ain't that much to write home about. So what are we going to do here? This right here. I tried to dig through the book to find a reason, guys, to find anything that says play it. And he's 3 wins and 4 losses to any teams walking 9% or higher. And that's the only thing I can try to dig into to find stuff that matched up with each other, because he's never seen a team hitting 293 or hitting 804 this year. But that usually leads to a 200 plus ISO when you see those numbers, guys. 152 is league average. So you want to be league average right now versus Tyler Mahle? Fuck, man. Like, I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but he is looking really good too, guys. Like, J.Berrios looks good to me today. Tyler Mahle's looking really good to me. Taijuan Walker's looking good to me. I did forget to bring up that because I do write this shit down. There is a 38% rain chance, 38.1% rain in this Mets game today. So that is enough too to make me run for my tail, even though you can't predict what the rain will do, guys. At the end of the day, the rain can help you, the rain can screw you. I can't cap Mother Nature. And yeah, 38.1 is enough to me to say skadip. But let's talk about this last pitcher, and where it should be a dirty K if you have a legal book, but I don't have a legal book and they want to give me minus 160. So I had to find another way to bet my guy, your guy, our guy, Robbie fucking Ray. What do you mean, Sharpie's been asked? Well, yeah, I told you he's been asked the last few weeks, and when he goes up against his kryptonite, the Astros, yeah, he gets his ass handed to him. That's fine, guys. But see, we learned this. We don't bet on pitchers by the name. And I know a lot of people blindly will play a pitcher. He's won me enough money. I gotta play it. Well, dude, you just gave money back. Like, you gotta fucking know when or learn to when to set traps and rules. And I've gotten pretty good at that. So Robbie Ray, guys, let's get into it. Number motherfucking 6 in the black book. 666 Robbie Ray, the devil himself, is going up versus the Angels. Is that not a sign that he gonna go murk these fools? Well, if that ain't, let's talk about how he's been, guys. So over his last 10, he's averaging 6.5 strikeouts. Over his last 8, he's averaging 7. And his over last 6, he's averaging 6.5. And they jumped that shit up to 8+. And he's averaging 6.5 over his last 10. You think these motherfuckers don't know something? Oh, they know something. So let's act like we're not smarter than these motherfuckers and dig into it and find out what they know. They don't know that they don't know about the black book, guys. So let's get into it. On Prize Picks, he's at 7+. That was at a -201 this morning. I'm sure it's moved to a 7.5. If not, that's a must play. 39.5 is his fantasy score. And he averages 10 strikeouts at home per 9 compared to 10.4 on the road. Dominates the left-handed side at 11.1 strikeouts per 9. And it's good versus the right-handed side with a 10.1 strikeout per 9. They are projecting 6 right-handed and 3 left-handed bats in the lineup today. And yeah, here we motherfucking go, Robbie Ray. He's coming off back-to-back games versus the Astros, who happen to fucking own him. Guys, at the end of the day, they have a parking lot sign for Robbie Ray at the very front in the Lexus Premier Parking Club in Astro Stadium. Now, do I know it's the Lexus? Fuck no, I don't. I just said that out my ass. So I'll probably be wrong there, and I'll at least be real about that. But I was just making a comment. He owns them, guys. At the end of the day, he gets his ass rocked by the Astros. That's fine. We don't have the Astros. So let's talk about it. Other than in the last 10 games, he's played Houston 3 times, a back-to-back, and then about 5 weeks ago. So let's take out those 3 games and look at how motherfucking Robbie Ray has been. He's allowed 3 earned runs or more 1 time in the last 7 games without being the last 10 games without being the Astros. Beast. Played these fucking Angels on June 17th. They had a 7.7 walk percentage with a 22.5 strikeout percentage. And right now they have a 5.8 walk percentage with a 22% strikeout percentage. So pretty much the same strikeout percentage. And they're actually walking almost 1.5% less. So worse there. They were hitting 199 with a 561 OPS. Fucking trash. Okay? But it gets worse right now. Okay, it gets worse. 177 with a 534. And that they are at now. Oh, man. And he went 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. There's people that I know that get legal books, guys. Full bet unit, Robbie Ray, 8+ at -120. That's where he's at on the legal books right now. Right now, my book has him at a -160. Unless he drops down to a -150, then I will look to bet him. But I can't bet -160s, 161s. I'm not fucking here for that, guys. That shit hurts when you lose. And I'm already on a -141 from earlier. So technically, I'm not trying to run 2K props right now where I'm strapped up for fucking 3 units on 2 bets. Like, that juice is real, guys, and you need to pay the fuck attention to it. So getting kicked in the balls by juice over the last few days, guys, makes me want to pay a little more attention to the juice. So my thing with Robbie Ray is, why don't I just take him up to 9 at the plus money, and I might just have to do that if I want to get on him. But I think I found a better way by digging through the black book. So let's get into the black book and talk about little Robbie motherfucking Ray. Here we go. When I match up his numbers, guys, versus teams, oh, what did I get right here? When I go through the black book, sorry, I had to read my shitty-ass chicken scratch, guys, because at the end of the day, I'm a jackass, and I have a book, and then I make another book. Like, I literally do shit daily that I take. I have, like, 3 books that I go through, and my computer, and then I put it into one for just a daily, and then I color coordinate it because I'm a fucking ADHD bastard, and yeah, but I've got my system, and shout out to the chat. You guys fucking rock. Smash the fucking like today if you already haven't. Almost 50 live, and let me know in the chat if you guys do like the fact that I'm just breaking down props now. If you guys do want me to break down games again, let me know. I just figured by a lot of the comments that I was seeing after the show that you guys wanted more props. So I'm just trying to strictly talk props. I know on Pub Sports we got 2 other fucking shows that do break down the full game. So hopefully you like the new way we've started this show, and we'll talk hitting props at the end, my guy. And I don't want to be rude. I'm not being rude. There are things as dumb questions. I'm going to tell you that. I know people said that growing up, guys. I know someone lied to you. I'm going to fucking tell you that. On this show, I'm not going to lie to you. There are things as such dumb questions. When I tell you, I have played Paul Goldschmidt versus a lefty every fucking time this year, over 1.5, and then to be like, are you on Paul Goldschmidt today? I'm going to let you answer that one, but we will talk about hitting props, and I bet you that guy is in there today. So, common sense, guys, ain't so common. Let's start using some common sense around here. But fuck yes, I'm on him, guys. Come on, bro. If he's going versus a lefty, I will be on him, especially at plus monies. You'll give us the plus monies? Give a fuck who? Nestor Cortez, Chester Molester, whatever, bro. You giving up a Dubsky to the best, to the GOAT, Paulie Goldilocks Smith. So let's talk about Robbie Ray right quick and what I had to bet, because right now my book hates me. So let's get into what we have to do on those other books, like Bovada and mybookie.ag. Let's talk about it. We're going to have to go. I went deeper into this, guys. So I went through the last 7 games not being, the last 10 games not being the Astros, okay? And I'm like, okay, what has Robbie Ray done? Well, he's been a fucking animal. He's only allowed more than 3 earned runs at one time. What else has he done? He's gone over 19 outs in 6 of 7 games. All right. You're going to give me plus 120 to go 19 outs? That's 18.1. That's 6.1 innings. Yeah, sign me the fuck up. He's done this 6 out of his last 7 games, not being the Astros. Please and thank you. This Angels team is not hitting 177 average with a 534 OPS. Robbie Ray is getting blessed. He's shown me numerous of times he deals in these spots, guys. When I look through this black book and I look at these situations where he faces teams that do not hit, he's got 8, 6, 10, and 12 strikeouts in those games. And yeah, guys, so everything says that 8 strikeouts is a fucking play. He's hit that 80% of the time this year versus these numbers. He's ran up against this team on June 17th, and the numbers are worse now. Everything says he's going to smash it. So at the end of the day, all right, my fucking mic's overheating. That's not good. So yeah, I'm going to have to take him 19 plus at plus 120. That's the way I had to bet Robbie Ray. If you get him at 8 plus strikeouts, go ahead. I had to bet his pitching outs. So before I rock these hitting props, I'm going to rock in and out real quick, hit him with a fucking commercial real quick while we get to the monies.
Like, I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
It's that simple, guys. It's that fucking simple. So let's talk about these hitting props. And shout out to Manscaped, guys. Use that promo code PubSports. Do yourself a favor. Hedge your balls, not your bets, guys. At the end of the day, your lady will treat you a little nicer and, a little more often. So go use that promo code PubSports and get that new Lawnmower 4.0. And yeah, do yourself a favor this time, and she'll do you one. So let's talk about hitting props. And today's a day where it just looked like I got to go pick and make my own motherfucking MLB lineup and be like, oh, let's just make an all-star team today. But no, all this shit tells me to fucking look at these guys. So let's talk about some of the best hitters on the fucking planet. Mookie Betts.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
My fucking dude is back. Shout out to Big Show. It's good having you back. I don't even tell him who I'm on or what I'm doing. This guy's just back there at the controls, ready to fire. And Mookie fucking Betts, guys, has been on a tear and has really good numbers in 19 at-bats off Sean Manaea, guys. He's batting .368. In those 19 at-bats with 7 hits, 4 of them for extra bases, 1 double, 1 trip, and 2 home runs. We have been riding on him over the last week and a half, and we were on him earlier this year when he started his fucking tear. Excuse me. And I told you guys then, like, he is one of the better players in baseball, guys. At the end of the day, when he gets hot, we get on him and we stay on him. And this is just one of those times we've got to stay on him. He's won us a lot of money, and we got to stay at it. He's got good numbers off of him. And then when I get back to it, he's got 5 home runs since the All-Star break and has 6 hits in his last 5 games. His home run prop is at plus 250. You guys can go suck my balls with that, bookies. Fuck the bookies with that one. We ain't betting that. There ain't no value right there. We will take the 2+ bases as at minus 112. Please and fucking thank you. He's getting that in his sleep. And if you want to look at that Padres bullpen by the numbers, they are bottom 10 over their last fucking 30 games. So, yes, Hader's good. The rest of them have been shaky. Sean Manaea, Mookie Betts fucking got good numbers off of him, and the Dodgers been racking lefties lately. So, good long day for you, my friend. And then on the other hand, real quick, guys, we got robbed off of him yesterday. Brandon Drury had a home run, and this guy, like, straight up the Sports Center play of the night, jumped out into the stands and fucking yacked him, bro. Took my Brandon Drury over 1.5. And I've been preaching this guy before he came to the Padres, and I know a lot of guys now are like taking – I love it when people watch you or hear your mouth or hear what you say. And I have a marijuana business. I live in California, bro. It's legal. So, you know, I talk to a lot of people, and they want to talk sports with me. So I tell them my opinion. And then you see them on Facebook or something, and they're just saying exactly what you said. And you're like, you fucking cock. Man, can't even give credit where it's due. But at the end of the day, guys, I was on this Brandon Drury train for a long time. I've been preaching how he's number 2 in the league behind Paul Goldschmidt and OPS off of breaking balls. And you got to realize the MLB is now a breaking ball league. There's more breaking balls thrown than fastballs. So when you're hitting a 900 plus OPS off of the breaking ball, yeah, there's something to pay attention to there, guys. And the league average is 300. Yeah, this guy's a fucking machine, and his 2+ bases is at minus 103, and his home run is at plus 500. You will see me sprinkle that fucking home run at that price. Plus 500 off of Gonsolin, who lately, if you go dig through his starts, what has been his bugaboo, guys, is that home run ball, guys. So he is a pretty good pitcher, not pretty good. He's been elite, guys, but he is also at that time of his career where he hasn't pitched this many innings in his life. So this is now a time of watch and see for me. And I see somebody in the chat, what's my thoughts on this game? My thoughts is over and out, guys. Like, I'm not looking at who's going to win this game. If I think who's going to win, it's the Dodgers. I'm not being biased here. I think we do have the better pitcher on the mound, but better bullpen, better pitcher. But you've got good bats both ways at the end of the day, and they do have an elite back end of the bullpen. So if Manaea is on today, I can see it being a good game, but I don't think it's a playoff atmosphere. If this was more in San Diego, good God, this place would have been sold out, and they'd be acting like it was Game 7 of the World Series because they just don't know how to act, guys. At the end of the day, they think one game in the regular season is the say all, tell all. And if you didn't know last year, you heard it here from me last year. I called it out the All-Star break. Those fucks would die and not make the playoffs, and they had a 12-game fucking lead. And I knew by Bob Melvin coming this year, and once again, people take the words out of my mouth and act like they're theirs. But as soon as Bob Melvin got fucking traded, I knew the Padres would be good. Their problem is they never had a good coach, guys. Now they got a good coach. Well, it's not really him that they got. Billy Beane is who they got, really, by getting Bob Melvin. At the end of the day, they wanted Billy Beane. Billy Beane said, dude, I'm not doing it. But if you hire Melvin, you get me. I am him. I'll tell you that. I'm on the phone with the dude every day. So technically, guys, they've got Moneyball going on right now with Preller and the wallet. So that's all you're seeing is they're buying the right players this time. They have bought players before. They just bought the fucking wrong ones. See, now they're buying the right ones. And Doesn't always mean the great thing, but definitely they got a good team bat-wise, guys. They got a good team bat-wise, but we've seen the Yankees have great bats before, guys, in the pitching. So at the end of the day, their bullpen hasn't been anything to write home about. Yes, they got Hader. Hader can't do everything. And their starting pitching is hurt half the time. So, yes, they got Hugh Darvish. Blake Snell's a fucking coin toss. You don't know what you're going to get. Unless it's versus the Dodgers, you'll get the best game of his fucking life. But is what it is with those. Am I done ranting on the Padre game? I don't have a bet on it. Lean over. Haven't bet it. Is what it is. What I am looking at, though, is Ketel Marte versus German Marquez. 41 plate appearances, batting .297 with 11 hits. In those 11 hits, he has 5 extra base hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs, and the Rockies bullpen over the last 30 is in the bottom 10. It's going to have multiple chances off of guy. When he does hit them, half the time he's hitting them for good power, and they're giving us a plus 106 in that situation. Now we're going to talk about the Schwarbuckle. Schwarm, 10 for steal. You son of a bitch. Noli, good call. My guy Noli knows something about this K-prop shit. But, yeah, let's get to it. Make me smile sometimes. Let's get it. Kyle Schwarber versus Josiah Gray, only 9 at-bats, very small sample size. But in those 9 at-bats, this man has 4 hits, a double and 2 home runs. I can't ignore that, guys. They put his home run prop at plus 200. Yeah, go suck my balls. Fuck the bookies on that one, guys. I will take his 2+ bases is at plus 110. So 2+ bases is plus 110, and his home run is plus 200. Yeah, that just, eat a dick with that one, guys. I'm not here to be trying to give you no plus 200 on a home run. No, thank you. But I will take that plus money still if he hits the home run. I'll still be pretty much close to you. So, let's talk about the hottest hitter on the goddamn planet. Shout out to LJ from Houston. First guy riding this guy, and I think he's bet him every day for the last month. Austin fucking Riley, guys, at the end of the day, very small sample size. He is 3 for 6 off of Taijuan Walker, but 3 extra base hits, guys, 2 doubles and a home run. He got a yopper and 2 doubles. So this guy's just fucking crushing people right now. If you hang and miss a ball, he is making you fucking pay. Gotta definitely look at him, and plus 106 for 2+ bases is just fucking stupid too, in my opinion, for a guy who's just crushing the ball. Then we got to talk about the one guy that I ranted on earlier in the show, Paulie Goldschmidt. I've already told you yesterday we were on him, and every other time he's played a lefty, we are on him. Why? He is the best hitter in the planet. Since OPS became a stat in 1913, he leads the MLB history in OPS versus lefties. Well, let's check out his numbers this year. He's hitting .463 average versus lefties, .881 slugging, and a 1,400+ OPS. Get the fuck out. Take that, and he's number 1 on hitting the breaking ball this year with OPS at a plus 900 when the league average is at a 300. So the guy destroys the breaking balls and destroys left-handed pitching. Good fucking God, you're giving me plus 104 because it's Nestor Cortez? They gave me plus money with Max Fried too. Guess what? Hi-ya, motherfucker don't care about your name. This is the name. He is fucking the MVP in it right now for the National League. Oh, man, this guy's fucking carrying this shithole Cardinals on his back. Oh, so, shout out to you guys. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. And then there's a prop out there that my buddy brought up, and I said I had to talk about it, guys, because he's also in this game. Aaron Judge over 61 home runs is at plus 120 on some books right now. I'd be looking at his over. He was on this type of rampant pace before, and he died in September. He knows. He's been here before, and this guy is ready. He betted on himself this year. He's breaking the fucking record. So, plus money, go grab it when we can. We like the plus monies over here. So, shout out to you guys. You guys fucking rock. If you haven't already, go on over to Prize Picks. Use promo code PUBSPORTS. Your first match deposit up to $100. They got you. So, do us a favor, do you a favor, and use that promo code. We are on D.Cease 8+ strikeouts minus 141 is a dirty K today. If you can get Robbie Ray 8.5 under the minus 150, that would be a dirty K as well. I had to get dirty and get nasty and get down to that 19 outs for Robbie Ray at a plus 120 because my book likes to hate me because I be too much fucking in the eye hole. So until next time, guys, let's fuck these bookies up.
Bye.